All right, all right, all right. Welcome in H Town. You are now tuned in to the Solid Grip coming to you live at 5. No time for jive. I'm your host, J.R. Wilson, alongside me, Ping Wilson, and we come to bring you some of that hot sizzling fire. Y'all stay tuned. Time to close your mouth and open your ears and listen to what the Solid Grip has to say right after this here. All right, all right, all right. Welcome in again, H Town, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, South Kakalaka, North Kakalaka, Virginia, all the way over to the West Coast, Midwest, whoever is tuning in anywhere in the world. This is the Solid Grip coming to you live at 5. No time for jive. I'm J.R. Wilson, alongside me, Ping Wilson. Pop, how you doing over there?
Doing great, Rich.
That's good, man. That's good, Pop. Today, not the happiest of days, and we'll talk about that. Obviously, y'all can see the name of this particular segment of this show is called Hank Aaron dies. Hall of Famer Hank Aaron dies at 86 years old, and we'll discuss him more abundantly here in a little bit. But there's a few things, as they say, housekeeping that we need to deal with, that we're going to deal with at this particular moment. Okay, now there's a lot of things that's been going on in the world of sports this week. This week has been absolutely crazily filled with sports, especially in the city of Houston. As you all know, who keep your ear to the streets when it comes to sports. Things in Houston have just been completely tumultuous and just all out of whack. But it gives us content. It gives us things to talk about, things that we need to discuss, and really making people realize that they just listen to what we got to say, everything will be all right. All right. So, um, first off, man, I really wish I had some music, man. Here to play some sad music, man. We lost George Springer. He's not gone off this earth, but he is gone off of the United States of America, up in Canada, to the Toronto Blue Jays. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Pop. I was extremely sad about this because George Springer, man, has been the backbone of this team. Never seen a player that plays more balls to the wall than him. And it was hard to lose him, man. I know he's 31 years old. I know we couldn't pay him that $150 million, especially after we paid Alex Bregman $100 million. We paid Jose Altuve $150 million, and they're gonna have to pay Carlos Correa up with $150 million as well. And you could not pay all of them like that. The window that we had for that great team is slowly closing. Players are leaving, but I am happy in the fact that we kept Michael Brantley, Pop. So with that being said, man, let's pose the first question of today, in which my old man asked, who would be the Astros lineup today? Now, Pop, I don't know if you have a lineup in particular. If you do, I'll let you shoot that out. If not, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I think the lineup will be. What you got?
Well, we have Rich. Well, naturally, I'd have Bregman at third, Carrera at short, Tuve at second. The old man name skips me right now. I'd have him at first. In the
Oh,
outfield,
Yulieski Gurriel.
I would have Tucker in right. And right now, Rich, I don't know who would be your center fielder. I would guess to say that you let the other left-handed guy go. Now your catcher, I see where you got the old catcher back, but I think he's gonna come off the bench for you. The one you drafted, the one that played with the Twins a few years back and stuff. But that I don't know who your center fielder would be, and Ardern would be my designated hitter. What you got?
Okay, so mine is not too much further from you, brother Kevin. I see you watching, man. Appreciate you, man. If you can share this link with your people, with your partners, with your family. Thank you for watching, man. Stay in here with us, man. The Solid Grip. And get into the comments, man. If you got something to say, get in there, man. We'll look at the comments, see what you got to say, and shoot, we'll discuss it. So this is difficult for me, Pop, because when you lose George Springer, man, hence he played center field. Okay, and that really was very indicative of who he is or who he was for this team, the center fielder. So what I have to say might sound a little crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is at third base. Excuse me, at second base. Obviously, I'm keeping Jose Altuve there. Okay. Now this is gonna sound crazy. Okay, but I know a guy, he's got good speed, he's got good glove. I'm putting Alex Bregman in center field. Now, this might sound crazy because I know Alex Bregman is an infielder, but Alex Bregman has good speed, he has good glove, and Yulieski Gurriel plays a very, very good third base. Now, he's not as good as Alex Bregman at third base, but he's pretty good. Okay, I would, if he was the normal guy there, and I've seen him play third base a litany of times. He plays it very well. That's actually his natural position. When he came out of the Cuban League, he was a third baser his entire career up there. So he's quick. And I mean, I've seen him make some plays that are better than Bregman. So I'm putting Yulieski Gurriel at third base. Okay. I'm putting Alex Bregman in center field. In right fielder, I'm putting Kyle Tucker. Second base, I'm leaving Jose Altuve there. Shortstop, I'm leaving Carlos Correa there. Now, the first baseman is going to be very interesting. I'm going to put Yordan Alvarez at first base. Now, if the Astros are
What?
smart, Yordan Alvarez, you heard what I said, okay? Now, why? Why is this? Because, Pop, think about it. He's tall, right? He can't run because he got bad knees. Now, I know he had surgery on both his knees, and hopefully he'll rehabilitate because he probably didn't have bad knees for a long time and just never mitigated that situation. But he's only 22 years old, man. If his knees can't heal up at 22, he might need to sit on down. Nevertheless, he's tall, kind of big guy. He looks like a first baseman. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting him at first. I'm working him. I'm working him at first, man. And that's what I'm putting there. I'm putting our speed guy, Straw. He's going in left field. Okay. And then I'm at as far as the catcher, I'm putting I can't think of his name either. He won the World Series with us, but he came on back. He's definitely gonna be my starter. Yeah, that's my 9 right there. Now I know that's
Now,
defense, but huh?
what about Brantley?
Michael Brantley. Okay, so here's the thing with Brantley, man. He'll interchange with Straw, okay, but he'll probably be my designated hitter. You know what I'm saying? He'll interchange
Okay.
with Straw. In the games he'll interchange with Straw is when we play National League teams. He'll go out there because Brantley, he's not a great outfielder, man. He don't have good speed. He looked like he got bad knees too. You know what I'm saying? But his hitting ability,
Right.
he has to be in the lineup, man. So, but Straw, he's got speed. He's got good glove. He's the guy I'm leaving out there, and I'm putting Straw in the lineup. He's gotten better as a hitter, and you just want that speed out there. You get a guy like that batting like in the ninth spot, and he get on base, man. You know what I'm saying? Like in the third or fourth inning, he gets on base, and man, that speed to get him around with a bunt. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my lineup right there, Pop. That's my lineup. That's who I got. We don't know what the future holds. Obviously, we're going to be getting different players in coming in before spring training starts, while spring training is going on, and right before the season starts. So we'll see what's to come of that. All right, Pop. Let's move right along, man. The Rockets trade for Kevin Porter Jr. Now, you asked me about this. Now, let me be completely candid with you, Pop. He's a guy I have not seen a lot of ball from. I really haven't. Now, I know he's a good young player, but I haven't seen a lot of ball from him enough to know whether or not that this is a good trade. Now, what I will say is second round picks. I mean, if you picking after fourth, not fourth round, but the fourth pick in the first round, it's a crapshoot. So it's certainly a crapshoot if you're picking out the second round. And if this is a young guy that can come into this organization and help the team win ball games, maybe it doesn't look like a rebuild. More so, it looks like a reset. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, Pop.
All right, let me give you some background on the young man, okay? He grew up in the LA area, and his father got killed when he was 5 years old,
Mm,
breaking up a fight, okay? So he talked his mom into letting him go and play high school ball in Seattle. That's where his dad played at. Okay, went up there and he just blew up. He was a 5-star player, that's the highest ranking that you can get. He came back to LA and went to school at USC for a couple of years. Now he struggled, not having being raised by a single parent, a mom. Okay, because of that, when he put his name in the draft, he was the last player to get drafted a couple of years ago. Okay, he has not played at all this year. Now his first year with Cleveland, he averaged 10 points. Not bad for a rookie drafted that low. Here's the thing, though, Rich. See, we got a fixer in town, okay? And his name is John Lucas, and he's a part of the Rocket staff, and he specializes in kids like this. Hear me on this, okay? If Lucas can get this young man's head right, he'll be your two guard in the next couple of years, and he'll be big time. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Victor Oladipo is playing for a contract. I'm sorry, but that's all he's doing. And he firing up shots. The Rockets won tonight, but Victor Oladipo was like 3 for 16. And so he don't want to be here, man. I mean, he'll play his butt off and stuff while he's here and stuff, but he's playing for a contract. So I know the Rockets are looking at that. They got him on the cheap, a second-round draft pick. It's protected and stuff. But hear me again. I'm going to say this one more time. If John Lucas, and I believe John Lucas can, turn this young man's life around to where he put his energy and his focus on basketball and the little petty things, the little marijuana and stuff like that, getting in trouble. I think he punched his girlfriend and stuff. If he can get his head right, you got an all-star player, man, that's going to hit your lineup in about 2 years. That's my prediction for the young man.
Well, a lot is to be said about the Houston Rockets at this appointed time. When you trade off a superstar like James Harden, you got to know that your team is going to have a significant drop off. You got to know that a lot of players, especially star players like Victor Oladipo, don't really want to come to a team where the team has to rebuild, and he's already at the zenith of his prime. And so he wants to go somewhere where he's done that the last 3 or 4 years in Indiana. So he wants to, I'm sure, go to a team where he can contend for a championship. And that's why you can see, look, he's kind of playing around, just making sure, he's still moving around and in practice and everything like that in game situations. But we'll see how this thing pans out, Pop. It's still premature. It's still in the honeymoon phases as far as James Harden being a bad stench in the locker room, being gone out of there. So, we'll see how it pans out with the young man. We'll see what John Lucas can do with him. We'll see what kind of moves our general manager can make, while the season is going on, to see if things will shape up and ship out and we end up having a team here that can eventually contend for a national championship. So, all right, Pop, there's something, I didn't put this on the rundown, but there's something that we need to discuss. There's a big fight tomorrow between Conor McGregor and, man, don't even ask me the other guy's name, but I do know they fought before a couple years back, and Conor McGregor, slapped the taste out of his mouth and beat the dog mess out of him. But Conor McGregor has not fought in a whole entire year. And in UFC, that is a long time. They're not like regular boxers, man, where, boxers, they might get, 5-6 months, man, to train for a fight, man. These guys fight sometimes every couple of weeks. You know what I mean? They dust themselves off, man, battered, bruised, hurt, don't matter, man. They stitch that up, put some Vaseline on it, put some ice on it, take a couple Advil, man, and then they right back fighting. That's how UFC is, man. It's a gritty sport. It's a gritty mixed martial arts. But it's a huge fight that's going down tomorrow. My money's on Conor McGregor always, man. I love the dude. He's a young guy, very charismatic. He looked like an old man. I mean, he looked like he in his 50s with a young man's body, but he's a young guy. I don't even think he's 30 yet. But he's a great fighter, man, and I look for him to take down this challenger that's coming up against him, man. So I just want to touch on that really quickly.
Now let me ask you a question, Rich.
Go ahead.
Is this the same Conor McGregor that fought Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, this is the same Conor McGregor that fought Floyd Mayweather. And let me tell you something, Pop. with more training, I'm not saying he would have beat Floyd. That's not what I'm about to say right here on these airwaves. But he is a formidable opponent, man. He could just them Irish dudes can just fight, man. That's what they do, man. They can fight. You know what I mean? And he didn't really have enough training, but you can see he had enough training to get in that ring. And he didn't look like somebody coming to collect the check. He looked like somebody trying to take the champ out. And he was unsuccessful in doing so, but he wasn't no easy win. Yeah. So yeah, man, Pop, man, unless you got something else on that, man, we gonna move right along, move up and down the street, man, because there's something colossal that I think we need to touch on right now. I know the city of Houston, the state of Texas, all surrounding areas, all media types. This is a national story that Deshaun Watson seems to be upset with the Houston Texans, seems to be disgruntled. Now, let me say this. We don't really know any of this. I know Adam Schefter reported, but he does not have concrete information or Deshaun Watson actually audibly saying from his mouth that he's unhappy with the Houston Texans. Now, I get it. These certain media types like Ian Rappaport and Wojnarowski, guys like this, they're very reputable. They're usually right about the things that they say. But until we hear something come out of Deshaun Watson's mouth, we don't really know what's going on, Pop. And the question that you posed was, is the situation between the Texans and Deshaun coming to a head? It's definitely coming to a head. I don't know if you've heard the latest, but it seems to be, and I'm going to say seems to be because we don't really know anything, but they've narrowed it down to 3 coaches that they want. And Pop, I'm going to ask you a question, what these 3 coaches have in common. Leslie Frazier, Eric Bieniemy, and Jim Caldwell.
They're all of African descent. And I totally agree with you, Rich, on that. And I really think that it's between Bieniemy and Leslie Frazier. And hey, basically, Deshaun's getting what he wants. And he's played his trump card. And when the owner of the franchise is apologizing to a player,
Right.
hey man, he got him by the testicles, okay?
Right.
To be nice about it. So I certainly think it's going to be one of them. Uh, I'm kind of leaning toward the enemy, but Leslie Frazier's really getting a lot of national run. A lot of people are calling the Texas organization, let them know that that Leslie Frazier is a silent assassin, and that he didn't really get a fair shake when he was the head coach at Minnesota and stuff. And there's no doubt that he would keep the guy who's here now, then that who is the offensive coordinator, and that will make Deshaun happy and stuff. And so, if you put all that together, man, now you got one big happy family and stuff. Because if Foy's happy, everybody's happy. Okay, so I
Right.
definitely agree with you. I think we'll know something next week. Uh, because, like I said, they play Sunday. The 2 of them, Buffalo plays Kansas City, and I think one of them will be flying to Houston next week, and he'll be offered the job.
I have to concur with you all the way. And I do know, however, that Matt Eberflus is in the running as well. Now look, this is what I know. Deshaun Watson has a relationship with Eberflus. Admires his defensive scheme. As a matter of fact, had a conversation with him after one of the games they played about Deshaun being able to recognize that Eberflus just switched up the entire scheme. Um, Obviously, Deshaun had been watching film all that week on him and had just played him 2 weeks prior. Yet he was able to recognize that. I'm sure it was very recognizable. So he's still a possibility, Pop, but I do not see that happening. And I definitely think it's probably gonna be Leslie Frazier. Now, I'm gonna tell you why I saw it. Yeah, I had to cough. I hit that mute button real quick. But I think it's gonna be Leslie Frazier because I hate to say this, man, but Eric Bieniemy, think about if he was a player, right? Would the Houston Texans sign Eric Bieniemy as a player? Probably not. even though what he did in college happened 30 years ago, I don't know if he has questions. Let me say that. I think Leslie Frazier has a better shot because he doesn't have questions. He has the experience as a head coach, and he has something here he did not have when he was in Minnesota, and that's a franchise quarterback, Pop. So, yes, it's definitely coming to a head. I'm like you. I think we'll know who's the coach going to be next week. I don't necessarily know if Deshaun is going to stop sending out these cryptic tweets. And I think I'm on the end of individuals that are tired of these little cryptic tweets. Look, either say what you're going to say or don't say nothing at all, man. I mean, you letting this thing blow completely out of proportion. Unless you really want to get out of here. And I know the New York Jets, oh my God, they have been salivating. The fans, the prognosticators, the radio analysts, I mean, salivating, trying to do all they can to get that man to come there. Somebody even reported he was looking for houses in New York. They have no reputable or credible, viable evidence for that. Supposedly a fan saw him and reported it. I mean, come on, guys. Like they trying to, but that's what the media does. I mean, hey, let's take this and run with it and put that narrative out there so that we could try to push something. Because here's the truth: the media does make things work sometimes, right? They control the narrative. So their thought is if we can find a way to control this narrative, maybe we can force him out. Maybe Cal McNair feel like, oh, Deshaun wants to go to New York. He looking for homes up there. Get it in his mind, and then tell Deshaun to come in. But man, again, Deshaun ain't going nowhere, man. They're gonna choose Eric Bieniemy or Leslie Frazier, Pop, and that's gonna be the end of it. I don't see it no other way, man. All right, man. Let's move back into basketball, man. The Brooklyn Nets. Ironically, the Brooklyn Nets. Somebody said that Deshaun Watson is trying to reconnect with James Harden. I was like, come on, man, that's a stretch. Y'all, they again trying to change the narrative in the media. But he was at the game. But come on, man, he probably has a relationship with Harden. You know what I'm saying? Right. And Deshaun Watson don't sit still nowhere. If anybody follow him on Instagram, he doesn't stay still. He's always, pandemic, no pandemic. This guy is everywhere. Anywhere he can go on this little private jet. I don't know if he bought one. That's the talk, right? We do know he out here buying Lamborghinis for his team, not teammates, but like his team of individuals that helps him get money. We do know he opened up a cheesecake restaurant called Lefty's over there off of Kirby. So, he got that little money. He balling. I think what he's doing is he probably has a pilot that he's rented for a couple of months. And everywhere he want to go, man, the pilot going to be on call. That's probably what he has. And so, man, you can get a private plane for about $3 or $4 grand. And that's round trip. So imagine Deshaun just probably told the pilot, look, man, I give you $100,000. I just need you to, be on call for the next month. I'm going to be going to different places. I want to get off at private runways so I don't have to go through. He's trying to be careful, right? He got the money, right? I'm trying to be careful. Let me go through these, private airstrips. So, I'm not getting off in a terminal or nothing like that. I'm walking down some stairs. I'm getting in a car and I'm going about my business, man. But anyways, I digress. The Brooklyn Nets. They have a big three, and I mean a colossal three. I mean, probably the biggest three I've seen thus far, Pop. When the big three thing really started, probably back in with I guess LeBron and Dwayne Wade. And I forgot the other boy name.
Actually, before then, you go all the way back to the Boston Celtics with Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale.
I wasn't gonna go back that far. I was gonna say Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. But yeah, you went way back. Okay. Go ahead, Pop. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying is formidable. I mean, there's never been three guys on a basketball team without resumes. Okay, you're talking about two guys that have been MVPs. You're talking about two guys who have led the league in scoring at least 3 times. And you're talking about a guy in Kyrie Irving who's not only won an NBA championship, but was the #1 pick in the draft coming out of Duke and stuff when it came out. But here's the $64 question, Rich. Can they defensively put themselves together and win a championship? Now, I'm going to throw a couple things at you. In their first 2 games playing together, they've got roasted. Well, Kevin Durant didn't play tonight, but when they played Cleveland, of all teams, Cleveland, Colin Sexton, the 3-year guard out of Alabama, burned them for 42. Okay? And then they went in overtime. All right? And all 3 of the big 3 played well. James didn't take a lot of shots and stuff, but he had a triple-double. Tonight, Cleveland burned them again. Okay? So I'm thinking, and Kevin Durant didn't play tonight. Harden didn't take a lot of shots. So James is trying to sacrifice and stuff for the betterment of the team. But neither one of these cats can play no defense, man. And see, when they get to play in Boston and Philadelphia and Milwaukee and even the Knicks, man, are playing well, them cats going to have to get down, scrap that floor, and play some defense, man. I'm not sure they can do it, Rich, because everybody in the league can score. Okay? If it was just going to be a scoring fest and stuff, then, hey, you got a number of teams can score the basketball. But when you got to make stops, okay, like LA did last night against Milwaukee and stuff, and everybody getting down and, you on that string, man. Everybody helping each other and stuff. I don't see it, Rich. I really, truly don't see it.
You know what? If they can't, as 3 great players, if they can't come together and galvanize that team into playing good defense, because I've seen Harden do it here with the Rockets. He doesn't play very good defense, but when he buckles down, when he decides to buckle down and play some D, he can play D. Everybody knows how to play defense, right? But when you got to play defense and offense, that's what makes it difficult, because on defense, when you're playing good defense, you're going to be tired. So trying to transition back on offense is difficult. And James Harden, even though it looked like he dropped 30 pounds in 4 days, he probably is out of shape, man. I would imagine he's still out of shape. But I think that they'll be able to pull it together. They'll be able to realize we're too good of a team, right? Because the talent that they have, I'm telling you, man, the talent that they have is probably better than any team in the National Basketball Association. I don't know if you can name another team that has better talent. If they can't pull it together so that they can win a championship and if at the least win in the East, that would be extremely sad. I mean, sad for for the borough of Brooklyn, for the city of New York, and even Knicks fans. And look, if any of y'all Knicks fans see this, I'm telling the truth. The Knickerbockers suck. Okay, they've been sucking. They ain't been good since 1995. Okay. And I guarantee when they move, because Brooklyn is in Brooklyn, right? You got guys like, what's his name? The Do the Right Thing. What is that director? Spike Lee. You got guys like Spike Lee that's from Brooklyn. Okay. But he's a Knicks. He's the biggest Knicks fan there is out there. You don't think he's rooting for the Nets? I think he is. Okay. That's in his own borough. I know they came from New Jersey, but they're in Brooklyn now, okay? So if they can't pull it together, Pop, they got major problems. That's all I got to say about that, man. They got major problems, and it'll be extremely sad. It'll be extremely sad, man, for the borough of Brooklyn. So, yeah, man. Pop. Oh, I didn't put my thing in here. So, hey, Pop, let's talk about Hank Aaron real quick, man, and then we'll get to our predictions for championship weekend.
Okay.
Hank Aaron, legend, man. Now I know I'm only 35 years old. Was I alive when Hank Aaron was playing or even in his prime? No, I wasn't. But you can't be a fan of sports and not know who Hank Aaron is. Everybody knows who Hank Aaron is. If you're a black man above the age of 30 years old, you know who Hank Aaron is. And I would imagine there's a great deal of African descent individuals that know who Hank Aaron is that's even below the age of 30. Hank Aaron was, is, and is going to be an absolute legend. Hall of Fame, Major League Baseball player, actually played in the Negro Leagues as well for I think a year. One of the first blacks to enter into Major League Baseball and take it by storm, and is the home run champion still in my eyes. I know Barry Bonds passed him up, but you know he has a asterisk on his passing up of Hank Aaron because he was, you know, taking performance enhancement drugs. But Hank Aaron dies today at the age of 86. And let me just say this, Pop. 86 years old, you got to live to be 86, man. You have to live to be
Yeah.
86 years old. And that is a good, long life, man. I mean, it really is. He lived through things, he lived with things, and his legacy will continue to go on, man, for as long as we can even think about it. But I got an interesting factoid. In 1974, I believe it was in May, Hank Aaron was about to probably set the world on fire by being a home run champion. And he actually had a lady, I believe she was a white lady, who read all of his hate mail. And there were people really making threats on him, man. But there was one guy in particular that left a threat to Hank Aaron and said, if you hit I think it's 755th home run, I'm gonna be in the stands and I'm gonna shoot you and I'm gonna kill you. Now, this is back in 1974. Okay, that's not a far-fetched thing to happen back in that time, okay? Because it's a lot easier back then to sneak in a weapon of that caliber to be able to take a man out on a baseball field. So think about this, Pop. Not only is Hank Aaron a black man, not only was Hank Aaron a black man in a white man's sport, not only was Hank Aaron a black man in the white man's sport that was about to break a record, but here it is, man. He getting all this hate mail. And as he steps up to the plate, everybody's anticipating it, right? People that love him, people that hate him, they know he's a great hitter, man. He's a slugger. And Pop, he swings that bat, man, and feels that ball, man. I've hit a home run, not in that particular context, but one of the things I know about hitting a home run is, man, it's almost like you don't even feel the ball on the bat, man. It just perfectly syncs up with the bat and you pop it out of there. And he knew when he hit that rascal, it was gone. Think about how he felt as he rounded those bases. That somebody might be in the stands right now about to shoot me, man. Did he stop? Nope. He went all the way around those bases, man, and he scored that run for his team. That's a legend, Pop. And I know I was long winded on that, but that's 35 of me talking about it. But Pop, I'll give you the floor.
Well, Rich, I thought about it today, and I'm gonna make a joke, man, a quick joke. Just thought about this. I said to myself, now this is the seventh Hall of Famer that has died within a year, and I'm saying the Lord must need some improvement on his baseball team or something, man. So I thought about a joke that my pastor told. My pastor Boudreaux and Thibodeau, and they was playing baseball and stuff, and Thibodeau died, man, and he went on to heaven, and he was on the team up there and stuff. And so one day he called Boudreaux. He said, "Hey man," he said, "what's the team like up there and stuff?" He said, "We're pretty good, man." And he said, "Man, you think the Lord will like me as a pitcher?" And he said, "Yeah, I think he'll like you." He said, "Well, I ain't ready to come." He said, "Well," he said, but I think you'll make the team." He said, why you say that?" He said, "Because you pitching tomorrow." So anyway,
Oh man. Yeah, you about to
you
die,
pitch
bro.
tomorrow. So anyway, man, I read all the stories on Hank Aaron, man, and what a courageous man, what a heartthrob of a man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I heard, man, that because he wasn't very big, man. I mean, probably what 5'10", maybe 175 pounds. They said he had enormous wrists. So he had the wrist of a man that was 6'8" or 6'9", 300 pounds. And that's why he could his bat he hit from a 42-inch bat and stuff, and that's why that's where your power come from and stuff in your wrist and stuff. And they said he had incredible wrist, sort of like the kind of hands that D Hop got. You know what I'm saying? D Hop got those. He had to wear 6X gloves and stuff, and so yeah, man, it's I and think about it, Rich. When you think about it, hey, we had Dr. King's birthday last week. Everything that's going on in our nation capital with the first African American, first Asian vice president, Black History Month next month. It's just only kind of fitting that the Lord would call him home now and stuff, man, because he got a chance to see a lot of things at 86 years old, man. And hey, hopefully he's safely in Abraham's bosom.
Yeah, man, no doubt about that, man. I mean, shoot, we could have really had a whole show on Hank Aaron, and you see me, I ain't got no notes in front of me, nothing like that. I'm 35 years old again, and I say my age because Hank Aaron played. He was playing before I was born. When I was born, I don't even think he was playing anymore. But you just don't not know. It's like not knowing who Babe Ruth is, okay, or Ted Williams. Things of that nature. These are just individuals that man. So that's Hank Aaron, man. Rest in heaven, brother. And look, I'm working hard to get there. You understand? Because I want to be pitching tomorrow too. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So yeah, man. Condolences to the family. To all the fans of Hank Aaron, man. His legend to live on, and that's just what it is. So,
hey, without further ado, Rich,
go ahead, Pop.
Who was the player after Hank Aaron hit number 715 coming up to bat after him?
Oh, you got me on that. Who is it? Hold on, give me a hint. Give me a hint. Somebody close to my heart.
Well, he works in Houston.
Okay.
He works off of he works off of 59 and I guess Crawford.
He works off of 59 and Crawford. Oh, are you serious? Dusty Baker? Yes. That's all right, man. That's all right. Dusty Baker, man. That's all right, man. I didn't know that, man. That's a great factoid, man. That's a great factoid, man. Yeah. All right, Pop, man, before we get up out of here, man, let's do what we do, man. And no need to be formal as we normally are, man. We are down to championship weekend. We are down, as they say, and then there was 4. And
yes,
I just want to know off the rip, man, who are you taking between the Bucks and the Packers and between the Bills and the Chiefs? Now let's go with the Bucks and the Packers first. I think that's the highlight game of the championship weekend. Nevertheless, both of them are going to be great games. Pop, who are you taking in this game?
Man, I've been going back and forth, Rich, and back and forth and back and forth. It is just something real crazy about Tom freaking Brady, man. I mean, it is just something that's eerie about this cat, man. I mean, and I'm gonna have to go with him, man. I'm going with my head, man. But my heart wants to see Green Bay because, hey, you get Tom Brady the football in his own stadium and stuff, he gonna rack up number 7, man. But I mean, like I said, I'm gonna go with my head, man, and say Brady gonna beat the Packers, man. But I hope I'm wrong about that, Rich. And for the other game, if go ahead.
Yeah, I know I gave you both games, man, but let me tap into this one.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers had the best year of his career. 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, over 4,400 yards passing. I mean, the best year he's had in his NFL career. As great as Aaron Rodgers is, Pop, he only has 1 Super Bowl win under his belt. Here it is, you have a young guy in Patrick Mahomes who has one just like he has one and might get two this year. I'll talk about that when we go to the very next game. And I would love to see Aaron Rodgers get it, but I'm with you, man. There's something mystical about Tom Brady in these particular times, and he's too close to it. He smells it, man. He smells it, and it ain't gonna be nothing nobody can do about it. I think the Buccaneers are gonna go into Green Bay and they're gonna win this football game, man. As crazy it is to say, and they'll be the very first team that has their that are playing in their home stadium, man, for the Super Bowl. Definitely taking that.
Right.
All right, Pop. Tell me who you taking between the Bills and between the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, until Patrick Mahomes was cleared, I was leaning toward the Bills, but Patrick Mahomes will whatever it takes. I think game, but I think the Chiefs will win.
You know what, Pop? You're not gonna believe what I got to say. But man, I'm going with the Bills, man. And this, I know this might sound crazy, but man, the Bills, they are a scary team, man. They got a really good defense. And it's something about the way that Josh Allen is playing this game right now, man, that is domineering, man. It is just domineering. And do I think the Bills have a better team than Kansas City? No, I don't. But look how the Chiefs played against the Browns, and Patrick Mahomes was hobbled. The Bills ain't the Browns. They are not the Browns. As good as the Browns played this year, okay, and I know that you agreeing unbiasedly, knowing that they are in your division. As good as the Browns played this year, they are not the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are trampling folks. And I think that the Bills are going to take this, man. I do. I think Josh Allen is going to be running with the football, throwing the football. I think that defense is going to step up. They are going to put a hat on Travis Kelce. They'll probably double up on Tyreek Hill. I think Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes being hobbled, he got that ankle issue. We don't even know if he's going to come out of concussion protocol, and I'm sure that he will. I'm taking the Bills, man. I think it's going to be the Bills and the Bucks in the Super Bowl, Pop. And I would tell you who I would pick, but we'll emphatically and unequivocally do that next week. Yeah, the wait is on, man. But I'm telling you, man, this is Bills Mafia, man. They are alive and well, man. They are alive and well. And I like them, man. And it makes me sad because this is what the Texans should be doing right now. This is what Deshaun Watson should be doing. He should be that guy where you saying, hey, man, let me tell you something about this young cat. Yeah, I know the odds are stacked against him, but this is a guy that is not to be played with. And that's how I feel about Josh Allen right now. That's how I feel about Deshaun Watson, but he didn't have a team behind him to be able to make that statement viable. Josh Allen is not somebody to play with right now, man. I could be completely wrong, but we're going to find out, Pop. But the clock on the wall say that's all, y'all. I got things to tend to over here. Pop, man, you want to close us out? Any closing words before we get up out of here?
Well, hey, man, I was glad to see there was no violence this week at the Capitol for the inauguration and stuff, man. I know a lot of people still upset and stuff, but hey, guys, let's try to come together as a nation and stuff. And I know that, you know, without God, that we can't have any peace and stuff, but just ask God to come into your heart, okay? For those people out there that's feeling hatred or feeling down in your spirit and stuff, just ask the Lord to come into your heart, because we need a healing, guys. We've gone in directions that I never thought we would go in as a country and stuff. And so, it's and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let it go, Rich. It was National Guardmen who, I think it was 25,000 of them and stuff. 150 of them got COVID and stuff because they were so close together and stuff, because they were trying to protect the inauguration and stuff. So, guys, we have got to come together as one people, as one nation and stuff, and putting God first.
Absolutely, Pop. I couldn't concur with you more, man. So y'all be safe out there, man. COVID is still running rampant. I know we got the vaccine out here, man, but it's 7 billion people in this world, man. And that, a virus is going to do what a virus does, and that's virus. It's going to spread and continue to spread and continue to hurt and killed. And so, man, we got to be safe out here. Pop, I agree with you, man. So for me, J.R. Wilson, for my Pop Ping Wilson, we are the Solid Grip. We will see y'all next week, man. Y'all tune in, stick with us.
Audio Jungle. Yeah.